So now, after a really inspiring, invigorating session in the morning, let us move forward to the next session. This is about the global environmental challenges and the Indian context, and it will be moderated by Shri Rajesh Joshi ji. Shri Rajesh Joshi is an IIT Roorkee alumnus with more than 3 decades of experience in industries in India and abroad, including entrepreneurship and top positions like CEO, Senior VP, Business Head in leading corporates and also in educational and social sectors. And he is a formal National Working Committee member of Software Export Promotion Council, that is ESC, and a special invitee member of the Empowered Technology Group, Cabinet Secretariat, Government of India. And he has been involved in policy making, in education, like on technologies and school education within the new education policy paradigm. And he's also on board of trusts in water conservation and digital news and media, etc. So Rajesh Joshi ji, over to you for our next session.
Namaskar. With me on the dais, I'd like to welcome Shri Rajesh Kumar Pathak ji, who is the Secretary Technology Development Board, whose very eloquent and comprehensive views we heard just some time back. Shri Ajit Kumar ji, former ambassador and permanent representative of UN to UN, Government of India, welcome. Ms. D. Tara, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, a very warm welcome to all of you, all the distinguished other guests and members in the audience. In this panel, though we have run out of time, as we understood that the session extended beyond, but we will still do justice, and we'll try to share our views and also my fellow panelists' views on this subject so that it benefits all. The subject of this session is global environmental challenges and Indian context. It's a very carefully chosen word, a carefully chosen phrase, global environmental challenges in Indian context, and sets the tone for various sessions which are going to be up in this conference. When we talk about global environment challenges, we all know about it. Especially when I landed in Delhi yesterday, I felt that I visited Delhi almost, I've lived here many years and I do keep on visiting, मैं आता रहता हूँ. इस तरह की गर्मी इस अप्रैल में मैंने पहले कभी देखी नहीं. तो ये तो हमारे सामने एक प्रत्यक्ष प्रमाण है जो हम इस चीज को देख रहे हैं. इसके अतिरिक्त और भी स्टैटिस्टिक्स हैं ग्लोबल लेवल पर, सभी लोग जानते हैं. Past 7 years have been the warmest on record. The global sea levels have been rising immensely. From 1993 to 2002, it was 2.1 mm per year on average. From 2013 to 2021, it is 4.4 mm per year. So that means the rate of sea level rise has doubled in a matter of decade. There have been extreme weather events across the world. There have been months equal rain. There have been extreme, rains. Around 200 mm rain fell in China in July in a matter of few hours. Couple of hours flooding. The whole mean. When we talk of global environment challenge, we often hear of 1.5 degrees centigrade. Now, what is this 1.5 degrees centigrade? We say that from 1850 to 1900, what was the average temperature of the world at that time? And our average temperatures in this century should not exceed more than 1.5 degrees centigrade. It has already reached 1.09 as per the calculation. And it is almost on track to achieve 1.5 degrees despite so many efforts being made. So there are many other examples which are there of global environment challenges as we understand that. And of course, it has been aggravated by pandemic and wars. Now, coming to the Indian context, which is there is a paradox. We have been one of the least historical polluters. Even today, even if India continues to develop till 2050 and become a high income nation, our energy consumption of around 3,400 units per year will be 70% less than what is of United States today. और 30% कम होगा compared to European Union. So, हमारी डेवलपमेंटल नीड्स हैं, हमारी पॉपुलेशन बहुत पॉवर्टी लाइन पर के भी नीचे है. अब देखिए, अगर गर्मी बहुत बढ़ती है तो हम लोग तो फिर भी एसी में रहते हैं. जो किसान खेतों में काम करते हैं, जो मजदूर बाहर काम करते हैं, वो गर्मी में ज्यादा काम नहीं कर सकते. तो प्रोडक्टिविटी गेट्स इंपैक्टेड ऑफ जनरल पॉपुलेशन. So we have developmental needs, affordable housing and so on and so forth. At the same time, on net level, we are one of the largest polluters, it is considered. So a lot of action is expected from us. Climate, that's one challenge. Second is financing. Even if India continues at this rate, the amount of money will be required within trillions of dollars over the years. Where will this money come from? After 2015, when the UN sustainability goals were adopted, जब उनका adoption हुआ, developed countries को commitment था कि वो $100 billion per year देंगे climate mitigation के लिए developing world में. But वो पैसा आया नहीं. लेकिन जब यूक्रेन का वॉर हुआ तो जर्मनी ने अपना डिफेंस बजट एक साल में 100 बिलियन यूरो बढ़ा दिया. That means that money is not a problem. The problem is willpower. The willpower of the developed countries, जिन्होंने पूरी ग्रोथ की है, जो पूरा प्रोग्रेस कर चुके हैं, और अब हमसे एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि हम बिना फाइनेंसिंग के, बिना इन्वेस्टमेंट के करें, और टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर की भी अड़चने हैं. So there are many other issues which are there. So there are Indian context, there are challenges. Now summing up my view, of course we heard Nitin Gadkari ji, और उन्होंने कहा कि हर क्षेत्र में एक छोटे छोटे इनोवेशंस हर एक क्षेत्र में होते रहें और हो रहे हैं. उनसे एक आशा जरूर है, क्योंकि ये मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि मानवता अपने आप को कहीं ना कहीं रीजनरेट करके करती है. ऐसी कोई रात नहीं जिसकी सुबह नहीं होती. So there is a hope and we have all an action to do. Now, having said this, without saying many words on this, I'll invite my fellow panelists, Rajesh Kumar ji, whose eloquent view we heard some time back. So maybe I'll request you to share some views on this, especially in the context of global challenges in Indian context. अब ये गागर में सागर का जैसा टॉपिक है, बट मुझे विश्वास है कि आप इस पर हम लोगों को जरूर अपने विचारों से लाभान्वित करेंगे. और स्पेशली इंडियन challenges as a country, what challenges we face on a macro level. If you could, share your views and especially on these areas. And I must tell you that, as they say that when a person says with a deep passion, it is very evident. And I can see your passion and I can see the way you are really progressing the cause of the institution which you're handling is really admirable. I must say that. So if I take some distillation out of your thoughts, especially, so there are three main pillars. One is technology and innovation. Second is finance. It's always an important angle. And third is adoption and scale. So these are the three aspects which are very important. You need all the three, a combination, sometimes less, sometimes more, sometimes small, sometimes big, but these three are very critical elements to progress ahead. But we face large adoption and scale challenges also. We'll come to that maybe after some time. So what I will request is Shajid ji to share his views on this topic, and also, especially in the context of global environment challenges in Indian context. And after that, we'll also play a video from Tara ji, who could not come because of some, exigency. And so after we hear Shri Ajit's views, we'll see a video from Tara ji. Over to Shri. Thank you, Shri Ajit ji. for eloquently expressing various activities done by the group and also various dimensions of sustainability. I think you brought a very important point, that is the role of corporate sector. The corporate sector has a huge role because corporates hold today a large part of the world's wealth. If we see India's economic GDP in the range of around 2.5 plus minus $1 trillion, the market cap of Apple itself exceeds $2 trillion today. And the reserves of the companies, of all the large companies, exceed trillions of dollars. So you can understand corporates are a major force today, and they are expected to play, and many of them are playing stellar roles in the sustainable journey. So considering the time is short and we have already exceeded, but I'll still request, there was a video from Taraji which can be played. After that, I'll sum up.
Kindly play the video,
proceedings. Yeah.
Taraji. The Tara video.